Hello and welcome to your 5-pose spooky flow. So today's class is super heavy on shoulder rotation, so make sure you've warmed up your shoulders before you take this class. You can take my shoulder mobility class that is living on this channel, or I've developed a specific warm-up for this sequence that lives on my Aerial Yoga Life TV membership platform, and that's linked down below. For this first round, I'm going to show you the sequence so that you can see what's coming up, because it's an open hammock sequence. We're going to go upside down and stuff. We want to make sure that you know where you're going, and then we'll go through it together 2 more times. So come, stay where you are. And then I'm going to come behind the hammock, and I'm going to grab the back edge and wave it on out. So again, you're watching me first for this first round. We're going to come into a corpse pose. So that means we're coming all the way inside of the hammock. But different kind of corpse pose today. You're going to grab the edge of the hammock that's wrapped around your shoulders. Really kick the hammock away from you, because we want to have all this extra piece of the fabric laying over the knees. So it needs to be a lot of fabric, and we want to bring that over the knees and up the thighs like a little blanket. Making sure that your hammock is wrapped around your shoulders. You can do a little kiss test, going mwah, grabbing each edge. Your thumbs are going to come on the inside, grab the edge, and then rotate the hands in. So you're sort of protecting that hand grip and shoulders a little bit more. We're going to take the knees into the chest, flexing the feet. Take the pinky edges of your feet to the edge of the hammock, so the 2 poles. And pull against the hands and lift your hips over the shoulders. And then extend the legs up to the sky. This is our bat pose, Batman pose. Nice. And then slide the feet, following the edges of the hammock, knees back into the chest. Good. We're going to take the weight forward. So you're going to lean the feet forward so that the knees are in the hammock in front of you. And this is a little bit tricky, so you're going to take one shoulder at a time. You're going to look towards the ground. You can take a vampire pose here for a second if you'd like, but the point here is to take the hips to the heels, and then one arm at a time is going to rotate, so you can lift your heart over your hips, coming into kneeling shape. Coming back into a corpse pose. So slide the feet from underneath you, changing your hand grip so you can bring the shoulders outside of the hammock, taking a inverted cobra or hanging cobra. And then we're going to take the feet out. So kick 1 foot at a time out of the hammock. You can flex the toes here. You can take one hand at a time to the ground for our creepy skeleton pose. And then you're going to look up, grab the hammock nice and high, so you're lifting your shoulders over your hips. You're going to take the feet through the center of the hammock. Weight is going to transfer into your hand grip. If you find that your upper body strength or your hand grip can't hold you, I recommend going slow if you can. So weight into the hand grip, look towards the ground, and gently bring the feet to the ground. You're going to take the feet nice and wide so you can lower hand grip and lower the hips. Be careful of the shoulders as you bring your head underneath the hammock. You're hanging onto the hammock the entire time. And then you're going to lift your hips up and look back to the top of the space. You can take a full wheel here, taking one hand at a time to the ground. Or if you're just going to practice, take the hips to the ground, come into a seat. Take a moment rolling out the shoulders. Maybe you stretch out the neck, your hands. And then we'll go through that together 2 more times. Okay, so coming with me this time. You're going to grab the back edge of the fabric, wave it on out, and then take your tailbone to the back edge. You're going to grab about 4 or 5 fistfuls of the hammock. Take your thumbs out, walk back underneath your plumb line, press down, and then take one glute at a time into the hammock. Finding the edge of the hammock that's going to be around your shoulders, the opposite edge. Lay down, shoulders inside. Bringing the hammock to wrap like a blanket over your knees and thighs. So it'll take a moment so to get that into position. And because we've got so much hammock at that feet section of the body, really make sure that you've got your shoulders inside of the hammock before you move. So a little kiss test. Mwah. And then thumbs inside, grab the edge, rotate shoulders in or hand grip in. Good, knees into the chest. Together we take a bat pose, so pinky edges of the feet to the edge of the hammock. Pull through the hands, you can lift the hips over the shoulders. and then press the heels up to the sky. When you've got your pinky edges of your feet touching the hammock, it allows your body to be really straight. Yeah, it makes you be straight, because typically your hips go back and your feet go forward if your feet aren't touching the hammock. Okay, we're gonna take the knees in front of us, so they're gonna be inside of that blanket section of the hammock. You can take a vampire pose here if you'd like, or just wriggle those hips towards the heels. Trying to send as much weight into your heels. One hand at a time is gonna pull up and rotate through the shoulder. Hips to the heels, kneeling, and then bring the feet from out underneath you as you lean back into the hammock. Change your hand grip to pull the shoulders up and out. Inverted cobra, head and heart come down. Nice, you can keep the hand grip on the hammock or bring it out. Your feet are gonna kick out of the hammock. For a variation of bow pose or creepy skeleton, your hands can come to the ground. Chin up, look up, reach up nice and high. You're gonna take your feet through the center. You can take one at a time if you'd like. Trying to control the feet to the ground. Keeping your hand grip on the hammock. Widen your feet, mat width distance, lower down through a malasana or low yogi squat. You're gonna bring the hammock over your head and then press the hips back up into a wheel variation. Good, bring the sit bones to the ground. Take a seat or come to standing. Rinse out where you need to rinse out. Check in, notice where you felt a little bit clunky, where you feel like you could slow down a little bit. You're always welcome for that last flip into the wheel, like malasana to wheel pose, to skip that so that you can just come on back into the corpse pose easily. So together, we'll go through one more time. Thumbs into the hammock at the back edge, find about 4 or 5 grips, and then coming all the way inside. Pressing feet into the hammock so you can lift the hips, scoot the hammock down the body. And your hammock's gonna lay over the legs like a blanket, going over and up the thighs. Check into your shoulders. Make sure that the hammock wrapped around the shoulders. Got lots of hammock there. Not lots of hammock, but enough hammock. We're gonna take the thumbs in, grab, twist in. Knees into the chest, flex the toes. Lift your hips over your shoulders, extend your legs. Creepy head movement. Bring your knees back into your chest. And then bring the knees in front. Vampire trick. You're gonna keep your hips towards your heels. Squeeze. Wriggle those hips in. A lot of weight into the hand grips, so you're not taking it into the shoulders as you lift your heart over your hips, kneeling. And then sliding back into a corpse. Good. Lifting up, lift the head and shoulders up and out. Inverted cobra. Kicking your feet out. Creepy skeleton or bow pose variation. Good, you can stay here. Come back into corpse or chin into the chest, reaching up. Take your feet through to land on the ground. Widen the feet, sink through the hips. Then take that wheel pose, lifting hips up to the sky. And chin into your chest, either pulling up to standing or sinking your hips onto the ground, coming into a seat, and then coming into standing at the top of your space. We'll take a final breath together to seal our practice. So feet are nice and wide, ground down, get buoyancy through the knees, palms face forward. Take a deep breath in, filling up. And then exhale down through the soles of your feet, grounding this new energy. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. I truly appreciate you being here. Let me know how you went with today's class, if there was a particular part of the sequence that you felt most challenged with. I personally feel like that vampire trick piece, where the shoulders have to internally rotate one at a time, does feel the most challenging, but let me know how you went with the practice as well. Also, as I mentioned earlier, I do have a full length class, which gives you a really lovely warm up for your shoulders so that you can get those more trickier pieces of the sequence later. So if you do want to practice that full length class, that it does live on my Aerial Yoga Life TV membership platform, and I'm linking that down below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. If you're wanting to get a really nice shoulder warm up or more mobility, check out this video over here. If you're wanting to get some more Halloween inspiration, then check out this video over here. Blah, blah, blah. We'll start that again. Here we've got a just me. Actually, let's do that again.